Oh, oh boy. What is the world coming to? What is the world coming to, everybody? Hello, it's Matthew Street. Oh, the humanity. The humanity. Folks, I'm about to... You got to talk me down off the Beatle bridge. The proverbial Beatles bridge. I can't believe I've seen something that's just... It's just like... It's done. We're done. Humanity's done. Music is done. Music, rock and roll, the Beatles could be done. Yeah, we want the Beatles back. We want the real Beatles back. That's what we want. Folks, I watch so many great channels on YouTube. I subscribe. Some I comment. Some I don't because the channels are so big and so popular. I have so many. So, what's my little comment going to do? Hey, how are you? I like your video. And there's 1,000 comments. And one of those channels that's so cool, and I watch it and check in on him all the time and see what he's up to. And one, because he does a John Denver video every once in a while, and I love that, is Phil over at the Wings of Pegasus channel. I'll put the link to his channel below, and I'll certainly put the link to the video I'm referring to here below too, so you can go check it out. So don't worry about that. I open up Phil's channel recently because I want to check in on him, see what he's doing. I like his channel. So I go over there, and my jaw almost hit the floor. I just was like ready to fall over. That's it. I'm done. He does these analysis videos where he analyzes tracks. Sometimes he's doing it in a complimentary way, like he did a great one on John Denver, where he showed how John Denver was so on pitch when he sings live, and Phil has a graph, and I don't know, all the technology and stuff. Phil's great at that stuff, but he breaks it down. He's able to isolate tracks, take out the instruments, put in the instruments, have just vocals only, and he can show you if the singer is singing, on pitch, off pitch. He can tell you in an instant if they're using auto-tune or if they're using pitch correction technology on the track. He's great. You got to check out his channel. I love it. And he did one on John Denver, and he was just floored how great a singer John Denver was. And I love that video, and I love all his videos. So he's doing one of his usual analysis videos, but I'm shocked that why isn't anyone else in the world of the Beatles, you other Beatle centric channels out there, why aren't you talking about this? Because to me, this is absolutely major news and shocking as a Beatles fan. Okay, here's the background. I guess there's a soccer tournament going on in England right now. Well, it's for Europe. It's all of Europe, I guess. A big soccer tournament. And one of the players on Team England is called Jude Bellingham. Or Bellingham, something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Well, he's a big player over in England, this Jude character. And they're doing, different advertisements and stuff, obviously, during these games. And one of the advertisements is focusing on Jude Bellingham, the English player. And they're using the track, or the song, Hey Jude, as the background vocal, as the background music, to this thing. And Phil, he unveiled something huge, I think, in the world of the Beatles, folks. He unveiled that they're using pitch correction and auto-tune on Paul's voice for Hey Jude. It's like, no, bang my head against the wall here? What's going on here? I'm okay, folks. I really am. I'm just like, no, they can't be doing this. Really? All the other people out there in the world using pitch correction and auto-tune, all these young artists today, that's all they do is pitch correct, auto-tune this, electronic that, make everything pitch perfect and all that. Nothing's real anymore. Nothing's live anymore. Go see my last video about the Mavericks. You want to see a real, true, live singer in Raul Malo, okay? He doesn't use pitch correction or auto-tune, and Paul McCartney shouldn't be using pitch correction or auto-tune. But I don't think it's Paul's fault. What's happening is Sony just put a track of Paul singing it live. Must be a solo show Paul did. And he's singing Hey Jude live. And it's in the background of this ad about Jude Bellingham. And I think, and Phil at Wings of Pegasus thinks that they did it after the fact, meaning Paul wasn't playing Hey Jude live at a concert venue somewhere and using pitch correction and auto-tune while he was doing it. I don't think Paul would ever do something like that. That's not Paul, okay? I have faith in Paul that he wouldn't do that. So what Phil thinks, and what I believe also after watching his videos, that it was done after the fact, that this company was putting the ad together, whatever they were doing, that they added the pitch correction, and it's been blatantly auto-tuned. You can tell as soon as Phil breaks it down and isolates Paul's vocal and he shows you, yeah, it's definitely been auto-tuned. And they probably did it after the fact to make it more sweeter in the advertisement, because no human sings perfectly on pitch all the time. And certainly Paul doesn't. He's a great vocalist, but, he's older now. But you know what I'm saying? He's a great vocalist. But when Phil breaks this down and isolates it, Paul sounds like a robot, for goodness sake. I mean, thank goodness that this vocal is buried in the sounds surrounding it in the advertisement of, like, you hear a crowd and there's obviously other things going on, other people talking with this ad. But Phil managed to isolate it, and it's there, folks. Hey Jude, your beloved, sacred Hey Jude has been auto-tuned and pitch corrected for this ad. Why are more people talking about this? This, to me, is big news. This should be headlines and music news everywhere. Who the hell has the nerve to do this to a sacred song? I'm sorry. I'm using the word sacred like it's religious, but for almost us Beatle fans, it's like this is sacrilegious. What the hell, Oh, and as Phil notes in his video, why didn't they just use the original Hey Jude? Get permission to use the original track of the Beatles doing Hey Jude without auto-tune. Why did you take a live track of Paul singing it and then play around with it with the pitch and all this stuff? We don't know. I have to assume Phil asked some questions. He says, did Paul give permission to this? Obviously, they had to give permission to use the song. But did Paul say, yeah, go ahead, pitch correct it? I can't imagine Paul and his people doing that. Maybe Paul doesn't even know. He does it because I tell you, when Phil isolates it, maybe buried in the ad, you don't notice it. But when Phil isolates it, it sounds silly. It almost sounds funny. It makes you want to laugh when you hear Paul singing, Hey Jude. And it brings it right up to the right note and all that. It's like, that sounds so stupid. Stupid. It's why? It's nothing sacred anymore. It's a travesty. I mean, folks, quick hit video. I'm just here to say, go check the link below. Phil's video at Wings of Pegasus about Hey Jude will be below. I was shocked. I was stunned that Hey Jude has been pitch corrected and auto-tuned for an ad over in England. Again, I thought more people would be shocked if they knew this. So maybe you don't know this, and now you know. What do you think? All right, is this right? I don't think so. Anyway, folks, that's it. I'm ready to bury my head in the sand and just say, you gotta give up. You don't know what's real anymore. What's real, what's being auto-tuned, fakery, AI, all this. It's too much for me, okay? I'm an old fogey, I admit it, but it's too much. I mean, can we just have life back, when everything was natural and pure and innocent and true and honest? Can we have those days again? Thank you. And thanks to Phil at Wings of Pegasus for bringing this forward. Love you, Phil. Bye-bye.